Wow, 1 year. 1 year on YouTube. I'm still going. I don't know if I'm going strong, but I'm still going. Hey, right off the bat, I just want to let you know this video is going to be a talking video. I'm going to be talking about the last year as a YouTuber and hopefully give you some information maybe you're curious about. I will not be making anything. What I will be doing though is I'll be relaxing, drinking a bourbon. Feel free to join me if you're 21, of course. Cheers. I'm going to tell you a few things about my last year. What have I learned? Am I monetized yet? A lot of people probably wonder after a year, am I monetized? I'll let you know. What kind of equipment do I use to shoot my videos? I'll even discuss what I use for my editing and so forth. And I asked a few questions on my Facebook page a while back. If you're not following me on Facebook, please do. I always link it in the description. That's where I post a lot of stuff that doesn't come on here. And I asked people if they had any questions they were curious about. And a couple asked a few questions. So I'll be answering those as well. What's up, y'all? My name's Andy. This is Epeius Garage. First thing I want to do is I want to thank everybody and anybody that's ever watched one of my videos, liked one of my videos, commented on one of my videos, even thumbs down one of my videos. All of that activity when you watch a video helps the content creator. So I truly appreciate it. Yes, even a thumbs down helps the creator. That gives us feedback. All that is useful. And the comments are my favorite. As a matter of fact, y'all's comments alone is what kept me making more videos. So I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. What have I learned? In 1 year, I've learned a lot. Here are 7 things that I didn't know 1 year ago today. First thing, making videos is time consuming. One 10-minute video may take up to 8 hours in editing, and that's not even counting the actual building the project and filming and setting up film shots and all that. So one video takes a long time to make. Number 2, finding a friend that already has a YouTube channel that's established is a huge help. Mine was Zach with Rooted Expeditions. Thank you, Zach. I wouldn't be where I'm at today without his help. He's been a tremendous help throughout my entire journey the last year. He and I have become great friends, have lunch fairly often, not often enough though, Zach, and he's been a tremendous help. So his channel is great. If you like exploring the unknown and cool stories, I encourage you to go check him out. I'll link him in the description and tell him I said hi when you go there. Number 3, thumbnails and title matter so much. I know people say, hey, that's clickbait and all that. Well, I'm going to tell you what, you almost need clickbait. Key about clickbait, though, is you've got to follow through with it. So if you're putting something on your thumbnail, follow through somewhere in your video. Otherwise, that is clickbait, and I believe YouTube might even pull it down if it's truly clickbait. But you do want a thumbnail that grabs their attention, and then when they read the title, hey, I want to click on that. And it's easy to get the people in your niche to click on it. The whole key is getting people that aren't in your niche and don't know your channel to see that and click on it. So those 2 are very important, I found out. Number 4, you don't need fancy equipment to start shooting for YouTube. Don't fool yourself. All I use is my iPhone, and I do everything on my iPhone. I edit, I produce, I download, I do everything on my iPhone, and I'll go into more detail on that later. Number 5 is pretty important. You've got to have a script. You've got to have some type of plan. Don't just wing it. I winged it in my first couple of videos. If you go back and watch them, you'll obviously be able to tell. But you want to write out what you're going to talk about and what you want the audience to see. And I'll go in more detail on my scripts and what I do. All right, so this one doesn't happen to everybody, but it is good when it happens to you. Have a large channel do a video on one of your videos. Even if it's a negative one, it would help you. I had Stumpy Nubs. Well, I didn't have Stumpy Nubs. Stumpy Nubs did a video on one of my videos. He had a better way of doing something that I did, and he asked if he could do a video on it. And I said, of course. I love Stumpy Nubs' channel and videos and everything he does. Well, he did. He did a video on it. I'll link it in the description so you can go watch it, check it out. Matter of fact, some of y'all probably found this channel by that video. But anyways, I went from like 160 subscribers to over 900 in a matter of 24 hours just from that. And a lot of those people commented saying, hey, I'm glad I found your channel. This is great. Thank you. This is awesome, you know, and it made me feel really good that they found me and they liked my content. So thanks, Stumpy Nubs. I appreciate it. Love your channel. All right, number 7, making a project and filming it is freaking hard. Try it. Go ahead, get your phone, make a project, try filming it, putting it together. It is difficult. It's not easy, and I thought it might be easier than it was. I mean, I knew it would be challenging, but it's a lot harder than I thought. So anytime you watch a channel, especially some of these channels that have gotten really good at it, like working, you know, woodworking mortals, 3x3 custom, make something. I mean, there's a slew of them, Stumpy Nubs. I have a lot of respect for them, a newfound respect after doing this for a year, because it is difficult to make a project and film it. And that was number 7. That's all I got. I'm sure there's a lot more that I knew, that I know now, that I didn't know then, but I can't go on and on all day. So let's move on to the next subject. All right, so maybe, just maybe, you're interested in what equipment I use. Like I said before, I use my cell phone. My cell phone is the iPhone 14 Pro. I specifically upgraded to that right before I started my channel because I wanted to be able to shoot in 4K and cinematic mode. I mean, it's crazy how good this thing films. I've even had comments like, "Well, man, what do you use to film this on?" It's great. My iPhone. That's it. For editing, I started with iMovie. Comes with the iPhone. If you're an iPhone user, you know all about it. And it worked out great for my first like 10 or 12 videos. However, as I got better with editing, I wanted to do more. And iPhone, I was really limited. So I ended up moving over to KineMaster. I tried it out on one video for the free mode, and right away I liked everything it could do. There's even a YouTube video that tells you all about how to use it, a YouTube channel, sorry. And I'll link it in the description. I think it's like Mastering KineMaster. I forget the name of it, but I utilized that for a while, and it's been great. I really enjoy it. One good thing about editing on your phone is you can do it in bed. I mean, I can literally lay there in bed at night and edit video on my phone. Have something else on the TV going. I put my headphones on so I don't disturb my wife, and it's great. Almost every video that you've seen on my channel has been shot with me laying in bed, possibly with a bourbon to my left, and editing. And as far as other equipment, I do use a tripod, one of those tripods with one of the circular lights on it. That's what I'm using right now. And I have a wireless mic. I started with a wire mic. Don't even bother doing that. If you're going to do this, go ahead and get you a wireless. I do want to upgrade to a better one. I do hear some, I think, reverberation stuff in my headphones. I think that's the word. I don't even know. I'm not an audio guru. But I can tell I need a better mic. And eventually when my YouTube channel, if it ever takes off and does more than what it's done, I may upgrade some of my equipment. I may even get a dedicated computer and some better editing software. We'll see where it goes. Overall, my point is it's cheap to shoot video. You can start right now with your phone. I mean, you don't even need a mic if you're going to be close enough to your phone. You can make it work. Your audio won't be the best, but you can make it work right now. It's that easy. I thought I would tell you a little bit about some of my favorite things about making videos. Hands down, favorite thing is the comments that I get. It's by far the greatest. And luckily, I've been very lucky. And the comments I've gotten, I could probably count on one hand or less that were negative. I mean, hardly any negative comments. Everybody's always either really good feedback or very positive in their comments. And I appreciate that. It makes me feel good. I do my best to answer every single comment. I would say I probably answer 99.9%. There's a few out there I may have not answered. It's easy to miss them sometimes if you get a lot. I get notifications for comments, but I notice that if I start getting a lot of comments, I don't get notifications for all of them. Then it might be several weeks or sometimes even a month where I see it and be like, "Whoa, I never even saw the notification." So if I've never commented back to you, I'm sorry. Other than the comments, I do love the creativity of it. As I've talked about in my videos, being creative is one of my favorite things. And shooting video, you can get really creative, especially when it comes to the editing. I love the editing portion. It's time consuming, but I really, really like it because you can turn all these clips of film into a creation that maybe somebody's going to like watching. I do like that. seeing the finished product is always satisfying. Each one of my videos I probably watch, I would say, at least 15 to 20 times before I upload them to YouTube. And that's just to ensure that I didn't miss anything. And every time I watch it, it's usually something I need to correct something or cut something. There's a lot to it. So I assure you, I've watched all my videos a ton of times. And yes, you get used to hearing your own voice. It was tough at first, but I'm there now. It doesn't bother me. About a month ago, I put a post out asking, hey, if there's anything you're curious about wanting to know, getting into YouTube and starting videos, feel free to shoot me some questions and I'll cover it in my upcoming 1-year video. So I got a couple questions. First one was, what made me want to start YouTube? It's a good question. I think what ultimately did it is that I've been using YouTube for several years. I've learned so much on YouTube. I've learned tile work, concrete work, masonry. I've learned woodworking, all that. I mean, I was originally a welder by trade, so woodworking was not my normal trade. I had to learn that. So it taught me a lot. So I figured I would give back, and I wanted to give back to people and show things that I've learned along the way. I'm not an expert in a lot of this. I still watch YouTube videos on how to do stuff all the time. And I'm continually learning. I learn every time I do a project and put it on here. It's awesome to constantly be learning. So that and the creative aspect, I like being creative, like I've talked about numerous times, and this is a way, just another avenue of being creative while I'm already making something in another creative way. So that's ultimately the reason why I started. Another question that was asked was, what's the basic knowledge you need to start shooting video for YouTube? I'm going to tell you right now, there's none, but there's plenty of videos on YouTube talking about how to start a YouTube channel, how to grow your channel. I mean, there's a ton of them. As a matter of fact, I'll link some in the description, and I'll title it, something YouTube channels to watch about YouTubing or something like that. I'll put something like that. All I did is I started shooting short videos for Facebook, like a project or something. I didn't even have a tripod. I would just set my camera up, and I had no microphone. I was talking to it, and I started doing that. And I was using iMovie phone, and I was like 2 clip videos, and I'd put them together, and then I started kind of liking it. Like, oh wow, this is kind of fun. I can clip this, I can add this. This is a cool special effect. Oh, I can add words. Cool. And then it just kind of evolved, and I evolved into better and better stuff. Bought some better equipment, got some better editing software or apps or whatever you're using, and went from there. The key is to just start. Don't sit there and think about it and try to plan, oh, this is what I need, this is what I need. Just start. Make a video and start. Do it right now. And that's the only way you're going to get started and figure it out. Your first videos are probably going to suck. If they don't, then hey, you'll probably skyrocket up there. But my first videos, go back to the bottom of my videos and watch some of my first couple of videos. I tried watching one the other night, and it was cringeworthy, I'm telling you. I may end up deleting them off and redoing them, but they're also nostalgia and they show my journey, I guess. So I'll leave them on there. Alright, here's a question I get asked pretty often. Am I monetized yet after 1 year? I'll tell you right now, I am not monetized yet. So yeah, that's 55 plus videos, and I haven't been paid a dime for a single one of them. So actually, if you average that out, let's just say 8 hours of video, and that's a very minimal average, and that comes out to roughly 440 hours I've spent making videos and no pay. But I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun, so I don't really care. Now, I have been paid through the Amazon affiliate program. And so that's basically all my links of tools I use and stuff that I link in there that take you to Amazon. If you click on that and you purchase it, I get a small commission of that purchase. So I have been paid for that, and that's been helpful. It's not a whole lot of money, but it's cool. At least I'm getting something in return. I'll tell you the whiskey tap video where I show how to make actually right here, one of the whiskey decanters. That video is probably my most popular video. Actually, not probably. It is my most popular video. And I've gained quite a bit of money on that from people purchasing stuff off that. So thank you if you did go to that and you decided to make yourself one and start making them and selling them. I appreciate using the links. Now, to get monetized on YouTube, you need 4 things. I have 3, missing 1. I'll tell you what they are. The first one, you need 1,000 subscribers. I have that. I'm over 1,000 subscribers, so I meet that one. Number 2, you need a 2-step verification. I don't really know what that is, but I do have that. That one's checked off for me. Number 3, you need 0 active community strikes against you. I've had no community strikes, so I'm good there too. That one is checked off for me as well. The 4th and final thing you need, the one that I'm missing, is you need 4,000 watch hours within the last 12 months. For some YouTubers, they may get this in the first couple months. For me, I have not yet. I am a little over halfway. So I've got a ways to go, but I'm gaining them a lot quicker now that I've been doing this for a year and I have more videos people are watching and my videos are getting more views. So that is speeding up. I don't expect it to take another year to get halfway. As a matter of fact, a good portion of that I've gained probably in the last couple months. So I figure another 2 or 3 months and hopefully I'll get invited to be in the partnership program and be monetized. Fingers crossed. All right, I told you one of the things I learned was you need a script. Well, you need a script. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my script. I actually got my script off of another channel that is one of the channels like I described to help you build your channel. And that channel, it's John Dorman. I'll link him, of course, in this video description. You can go there. But he had a really good video about scripts. So I printed off his script. Let's see, kind of getting a clue what it looks like. Kind of like that. I'll put some close-up on here when I edit it. But it was really helpful. I tweaked it and made it my own. His was kind of generic. So I did some changes for mine and made it work for me. My scripts are kind of broken up into, I guess you could say, 4 little categories. First one is the title. You want to find a good title, preferably before you make your video. Try that first. Try making your title and your thumbnail first. Thumbnail can be difficult if you're a maker like me, because often you're putting the finished product in your thumbnail and you may be shooting this first. You don't have that yet. So that one can be difficult to make your thumbnail first. I generally make my thumbnail after. The next part of my scripts are the point, and it's kind of the title for that shot that I'm going to be talking about or whatever. It kind of breaks it up. Then the third part is the dialogue. That's basically what I'm going to say. Now, I use that as a guide. I don't always stick that to the T, so I'm not sitting here reading it like a teleprompter. But I do kind of use keywords, and it reminds me of what I want to talk about. Then the 4th thing over to the side is your visuals. So I know what I'm going to be talking about in this section of film, and what do I want to show during that? Do I want to show like a B-roll up here? Do I want to do like go into an A-roll and it's just the main footage, I'm not talking or maybe voicing over or something like that? Anyways, you got all these options, and this is just a good guide. You have to have some type of script. Doesn't really matter, I'm sure, how you do it, but this would be a good one to start with. And of course, I'll link his video in the description as well, in case you want to go check it out and pull the script off. He gives a free copy of it. You can download it, and then it's yours. Tweak it how you want. So that's really it. I mean, I think I covered everything that I could think of, and of course I covered the questions that were asked. If there is anything more you're curious about, feel free to message me on Facebook. I link that down in the description on every video. You can ask me in the comments on this video. As a matter of fact, I would really be curious. In my last few videos I put in bloopers, and I'm curious if y'all watch those or if you liked them or if they're worth putting in. I kind of find them humorous. They're not staged, they're actual bloopers. So when I'm filming this and I screw up and I continue filming in that same clip, when I'm editing, I'll just cut them out and put them to the back and decide if I want to use them or not. So I'd be curious your take on that. Just remember, this is all a hobby for me. This is not my day job. I have a really good day job that I really enjoy. So this is what I'm doing on the weekends, my days off. Sometimes I'll even take a week off just to make videos to get ahead of my schedule. So with that being said, I'm going to continue doing this as long as it's fun. Until it becomes not fun anymore, then I won't make videos. I will continue to do this as long as there's comments and people enjoying the content. Then I feel like it's worth it. And I'll continue to do it for free as long as the comments are there. I don't care. That's my favorite part. Thank you all for a year of watching my ugly mug on camera making stuff for you. I really appreciate it. Here's to another year of making stuff. Cheers.